city you burn, I'm gonna build one high.
Greetings, fellow Empyreans. I am Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden, and it is April 2nd, YC126, and it is the Eve Universe Show! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh-oh, spoilers. I am back 2 days in a row. Amazing. It's almost like I'm a real streamer. Give it up. Show me that you appreciate it by liking the stream. Oh, look. Hold on. Somebody has to pay the cat tax. Hold on, hold on. Hey, where do you think you're going now? Where do you think you're going? You're going to interrupt the beginning of my stream, come and paw at me right at the beginning, and then just wander away. Come here. Yep. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Hold on. Hold on. There's a full camera there. Nope, that's not it. Oh boy. Yes, it is. Ah! It's so bad. All right, here we go. There we go. Look at her. Look at her. This is where all of your likes, comments, and subscriptions go, by the way. Well, I mean, this and her and the guinea pigs. She's doing just fine. This poor cat. Dutch, the same guy who asked me if I was okay when my previous cat mauled me. Nope, that's not it either. There we go. All right. So, did I actually get you food? No? Okay, then hold on. Like, I don't trust you anymore. And I wouldn't either. All right, so where was I? All right. Today, we finally get back to Kado Ash, where we're going to do Yeet exploration, which is something I strongly recommend for all kind of new players if you're looking for an early adventure, or if you're just bored and looking for something to do. Yeet exploration is really great. We're going to do it on my alpha, and it feels kind of good to get back to her. And we're going to go over some of the basics. I've already made a video about Yeet exploration before that you can check out, but we will go over at least some of the basics today. And the thing is that with Yeet exploration is you never know what's going to happen. You never know what kind of chaos is going to occur. So, but before that, you know, I apparently was not alone in saying that the nerf was a really awesome feature, and it was very confusing to more than just me that CCP would make such a complete feature as an April Fool's Day joke. As they say, you know, it's that time of year again, that the day when we spend half of it squinting at our screens trying to decide if developers are being serious or not. Okay. We kind of do that anyways, but on April 1st, there's an extra bit of squinting because the joke might actually be intentional. Some of the jokes might be a trailer for a new character or an in-game item. Others might be complete nonsense. And then there is what CCP did today, where they announced a new feature, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is that, as we covered yesterday, this is real stuff. And so I was not alone. In fact, I wasn't even the loudest voice in decrying CCP for this being a joke and asking for it to continue to live on after the fact. So we have an important update about that I wanted to bring to you guys right away, and instructions on how to get the most out of your nerf, or rather your launcher, because check it out, guys. Boom. Now, yesterday, when yesterday evening, it was brought to my attention that the nerf was gone, and I was sad, and I very nearly vowed to never log into EVE Online again, such that I could just stay on this screen because I hadn't lost the screen yet. But eventually I did exit out and I joined the realm of the normies that actually play EVE and logged in again. But I was sad. I was like, oh, I can't believe they actually did it. And then this morning, I woke up to this post by CCP Avalon, as well as CCP Swift on Reddit and elsewhere. I don't know if this is the original post about it, because everybody else seems to be quoting it, but I'm not 100% sure who's quoting who. But either way, thank you for participating in the trial period for Omega Pro Max and the New Eden recreational feed. We had a lot of fun dreaming up these apps, and we hope that you found the nerf entertaining. When we introduced the beta for EVE Online's new launcher last year, we took our first steps on a journey to iteratively improvements to increase security, enhance blah, 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 blah. The apps that we implemented in nerf were part of an exploration to test the new launcher's possibilities, both in terms of function and value to the players. We are very excited to share some of these tests with you, and we're very happy to see the feedback we receive from the community. Tests like these are immensely valuable and will help us as we continue to develop the launcher. And this is kind of what I was suggesting, that like this probably was like in my more optimal side of things, or optimistic side of things, where chances are this was an opportunity for them to test, like they're going to have overall new functionality, and that this was just a way for them to play with the pieces that they are going to be constructing it off of. But yeah, for those who are sad that you can no longer access Rebel Radio, Instalock, or Redknot, as if you've accessed them before, you can still access them via the tool in the menu in the launcher. Press Control F or Command F on macOS users to access the menu. They'll be listed under unlocked features. If you missed out on the trial, there are still hidden keywords that you can use to search for that tool in the menu. So you do a single colon, or, the 2 dots, and then all one word, no spaces. For Rebel Radio, it's Below the Asteroids. For Instalock, it's Eve is Beautiful. For Redknot, it's Fedo, F-E-D-O. And for Outback Air, which flips it upside down, is Oz. So let's just go ahead and try some of these out. So if I come back here and I hit Control F, it brings up this window here, right? Which is really cool. I'm glad that we got to know about this. Now, what's funny is that this does bring me back to my main complaint, which is that like the lore in the launcher is kind of a hidden feature. And now it is literally a hidden feature. It's an Easter egg, if you will. Control F opens up this finder, and then you can go here to go to unlock unlocked features, or we can go colon, let's go with Fedo, and look, Redknot pops up immediately. You can click on it and it is here. And then I can also hop to let's go with Eve is Beautiful for Instalock, and Oz for Do a Yui. That's pretty cool. Can I then do, hold on. Now I can go Fedo, and I can go here, and I can read the Chronicles upside down. There's once upon a time, at least when I was a kid. I don't know if I could do it anymore, but when I was a kid, partially, I always attributed it to my dyslexia, but I could read upside down just as easily as I could read right side up, I guess maybe they weren't very happy. Paul, you're damn right. They weren't happy. They passed down. I can't read ahead, though. Either way. So, yeah, there you go. You can still access all of the functionality, including the one and only jukebox, which is now officially returned for the first time in like a decade to the EVE Online family of clients. Below the asteroids. Rebel radio. Right there. Why didn't it come up? Ah. Let's see. Unlocked feature. Rebel radio. There we go. And then we can put on a song. We can go like... That's why I was able to put on a different song besides Below the Asteroids at the beginning. There you go. If you didn't know about this, or if this is useful to you, if you like knowing cool tricks about EVE Online and staying up to date on the latest in news, make sure to like the video and share it with some friends. Obviously, this is only going to become more and more esoteric knowledge until they come out with some better version of this. But yeah, I appreciate everything, and I appreciate all of my supporters, which you can become for just $1 a month. You can become a member and get access to the emotes and the supporters chat and my members only live streams, which I did my first one yesterday. And by me, I mean my son did an April Fool's Day takeover, which I thought was a lot of fun, which we're going to be editing down and make available on my Ashtarothi Decanted channel. It's my first video. But right now it is members only to be able to check it out. But yeah, he did really good at school this last week, you know, like coming back to school from spring break, and he did pretty good during spring break, and he's always wanted to do this kind of thing. So I let him do that for April Fool's Day, and everybody was really cool about it. And I really, really do appreciate all of you guys entertaining him. And I really appreciate you donating more to his stream than mine, which of course now I'm going to have to get him the video game he wants or anything. So thanks for that. No, I really do appreciate all of the support and everything from everybody, but and all of you for watching this video. But if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, then that's it for this one. I've been Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden. Until next time, I'll see you in space. Fish. All right, let's get to the real thing, huh? He's a really cool kid. I'm very happy to get to know him. All right, so I have done literally nothing since last time. I did come on and make sure that I had at least a skill in training, because, like, I don't know, call it some sort of lizard brain instinct. I can't let that happen. So I got that. I do want to do some exploration today, but if I remember correctly, we have our gas huffer from last time. I guess we sold the gas. Oh yeah, I traveled over here to an air station in order to just get it for a shot. So let's go ahead and back over to Jita to get an exploration frigate. Still showing the devlog post. There are 2 things in front of the screen. Two whole things. I got rid of one of them, and that left the other one, in case y'all were curious. That's how that works. All right. So what is Yeet exploration? When I first started playing, well, actually, really, when I first started recommending EVE, because, you know, I got into exploration very early on. One of my first things I love to do was covert ops, and reconnaissance and stuff. So naturally, I got into exploration. And so, you know, when I started helping out new bros and stuff, even early on, like, exploration, I always think is a really good thing to do, and I give advice about it. And it's like, okay, well, what you want to do is basically wander around and you're looking for a wormhole to nullsec, because nullsec has the best sites, right? Nullsec has the best sites. Wormholes have nullsec sites. Low class wormholes have nullsec sites. but wormholes have no local, so they're far more risky. So you can be safe in nullsec depending on where you get to. If you just take a random wormhole, chances are you're going to be in a pretty dead space. And if not, just find a different wormhole, right? So you go and plunder nullsec, and then you come and find a wormhole back home, right? Easy peasy. The problem is that, like, I mean, quite frankly, often I would be done before I even made it to nullsec because I'd like find a site or two in wormhole space before I got to null and make like 100 million ISK and so come back. But like it feels so directionless. And I feel like this is a big problem that EVE Online has overall, which is like, yeah, you can set your own goals, but even after you have set your goal, the next, you can still feel very directionless, right? Like, I can decide that I want to become an industrial powerhouse, but like, what that means and what I need to do next and what minor goals or what I should actually do today to advance that, I feel like that's where things kind of sometimes fall through. You know, how do we get the momentary adventure, right? You know, just and so much of adventures in EVE is just like, go wander around and see what sites are there and do them. And while that is a good way to find content, it's not a good way to have an adventure. And therein lies the Yeet fleet, or the Yeet exploration. So CCP introduced an item into the game known as the Needlejack filament. Okay, so there are several kinds of Needlejack filaments that are split by number size and noise versus signal. So there's 5, 15, and 25, noise and signal. Now, the 5, 25, and 15 is the number of people that can come at one time with one filament. I'm going by myself, so it doesn't matter which one I use. I would just use the cheapest one, right? But then there's signal and noise. And here's how to think about it. So the signal that they're locking onto is player activity, okay? So a signal filament will find potentially active systems by other players, you know, highly ratted in systems, etc., etc. You use a signal when you're looking to hunt or to raid ESSs or these kinds of activities. Noise means that you're not locked in on any particular signal, right? That's why it's noise. So noise sends you to a random system in nullsec, no determination based on activity, right? So we're going to want a noise 5 Needlejack filament, okay? Now, let's see, how much ISK do I have? I have 65 million ISK. I think this is going to be fine. So let's go ahead and find a ship that I want. Now, here's the cool thing about the ship. You can just go to hulls and fits and then go to the community fittings. Community fittings are these, you know, fittings that kind of the community has, like, they were, most of these were put forth by people within the community, and then were approved by the CSM and then like put into the game by CCP. So kind of everybody's touched it on every level. So they're pretty good ones, right? I don't want a venture though. I'm going to want a heron. So for a heron, we see that there's an Air Caldari Explorer. Great. This has everything I want. It has a data module, a relic module, and it has the range finding array. And let's see if I want range finding. Range finding affects my scan strength. Okay. So what this means is that there are certain signatures that are easier to, yeah, like signatures are easier to scan than others, right? So if I look at this and I put sister scan core scanner probes in, I can see I have 90.2 base sensor strength. Now, that's actually not a lot. I mean, it is a lot, but it's definitely not enough. I don't think it's enough to get the hardest sites in the game. But that being said, this ship should not be trying to go after the hardest sites in the game. In fact, I would consider what happens if you actually drop these two and let it drop down to 86. This is exactly one of your key problems. Which one? I'm almost tempted to go with sensor maximum deviation over scan strength. These rigs are also for scan probe strength. So everything's designed to get my scan probe strength to be better. I also am using sister scanner probes. Why? Well, the increase in scan strength from the sister probe launcher and the sister core probes is, I think, the same. But the cost difference is, what? 4 million versus 50 million? So your biggest upgrade for any explorer is your sister scan probes. Next, I want to see. I can't use a Tech 2 relic analyzer without Omega, so that's going to really hurt too. So yeah. Yeah, acquisition and deviation. The reason why I like deviation is because if your deviation gets low enough, then you can pretty consistently bump down 2 notches instead of 1 without losing them. And if you do, like, if you are off, then you'll get like an echo or a ring as opposed to a no result. And that's perfectly great. So I generally, like, after strength, the next thing I work on is deviation. But with only 80, like 90 strength, there's a good chance that there's actually some sites that I might want to do that I still would have difficulty scanning down. So I'm just going to go with this. So the key here is that, you know, everybody's got to have their strategy for staying alive, right? You know, for many explorers, you've got your cloak, you know, you've got speed, you've got tank, you've got all these different solutions to the puzzle. As an alpha, you don't have access to a cloak, which is the biggest one that most people use, especially a covert ops cloak. And a lot of people would say, don't even do exploration because doing it without a cloak is nonsense. But you know what? Or doing it without a cloak is foolishness. And to that, I say, that is nonsense. Because you have a tank that is unbeatable by anybody. And that tank is what I like to call the expendability tank. This ship is 5 million ISK. If the entire thing goes down into a ball of fire, I can wander a few systems in HiSec and find some combat drones lying around and buy a new one, right? Most nullsec cans will pay for this entire fit. So here's the secret. I don't care if I die. I mean, like, I would love it if I live, but I'm not put back if I die. All I can do is win. Okay? So that's the biggest thing to get into. But the other thing is, as I was saying earlier, when it comes to the adventure thing, this is why I like the Yeet filament. Because here's how the adventure works. Ready? I don't have to go wander around for a wormhole. What I do is I go to the market. Did I already have these? Yeah. I look up a noise filament. Great. If you have any other questions, let me know, and I'll try to address them. And I'm going to buy, these are so cheap, I'm going to buy 3 of them, just in case. Just in case, right? Better safe than sorry. What I've been told. Hold on. Can I... Come on. Oh, yeah. Can I do this? Work? This is simulated. Never mind. Let me buy this. I'm going to pick up... now, I'm also going to buy an extra set of probes just because I like the convenience of it auto-loading itself. I'm willing to pay 7.6 million, but I'm also going to pay a little bit extra. This is something I didn't do in the Yeet exploration video. This is what I call the next step, okay? Let's say I do care about getting home, right? Let's say I am a streamer and I want to be able to end the stream in, say, 2 hours if it comes to it. So I'm going to go with a border. Let's go with, oh yeah, I just searched for the word Pochven. That's right, Pochven. So we've got home, border, and internal. They also have a number. I don't really care about the numbers. So I'm looking for the cheapest one. I don't really care. Internal is 40, home is 100, border is 500. So I'm going to go with a home. No, I'm going to go with internal. It's the cheapest, and there are basically what? 12 different systems that you can end up in with this. So I've got one internal filament and one extraction filament. Okay? So proximity 5 extraction filament. This is going to be the expensive one. Okay? You can also go with a Divana filament, but that's not going to be nearly as consistent. Let's go ahead and buy all of this. Oh, hold on. What does it say? Me yeeting around Nolen, a full T1, probably only getting the oh shit moment when I've got 200 million in cargo and a few hours work. Exactly. Yeah. It's fun. And fit. And get into. Boom. Oh, that's 8 and 16. Whoops, that's my fault. Okay, great. So this thing is a total of 11 million. And I'm being posh about it, right? If you think about it. Okay, so here's where the adventure comes in, okay? Now, if you want to do the full adventure mode, you take one noise filament and you don't bring the Pochven filaments. Now, in order to make this work, you've got to right-click on yourself, go to Pilot, Form Fleet Width to make your own one-person fleet, and then set your safety to yellow. When you land, go ahead and double-click in space. You have to be far enough away from everything, and then you activate. Yeet! You have to say yeet. All right, I am in Northern Coalition country. There are 11 in local. I am terrified. Cool. Let's go ahead and find a safe. Let's see. Big system. There's a Cyno Jammer. Awesome. What is going on with this system? Hold on. Oh my god, it is... Is this a home system? Right? I mean, it's not a home system. It's got a strategic index and a military index of 5 and an industrial index of 4. Oh shit, I forgot to make a bookmark. Let's not go there. So because I don't have a cloak, my only defense is a safe. Okay. Where's a good D-scan? No. I thought I had one. Wasn't there? Where did... Oh, right. I'm not on my normal character. Cool. All right. Whatever. Let's see what's going on somewhere else. Pull the map down from the top to pop it out into its own window. All right. Let's see. I want to do it by, like, pilots in space. Average pilots in space in the last 30 minutes. Okay, we got two. What the why am I here? 1, 2, 2, 3. Yeet! Yeah, exactly. Well, this is fine. Let's just go this way. Hope for the best. You generally... Okay, actually, I'll do this right. Who is it? Where was that? Is that PF? Oh, God. Now I have to look again. Yeah, PWPY. 36 AU away, so impossible to D-scan from here. So I'm going to warp to an asteroid belt nearby. There's an electrical storm on Cobalt's Edge. Man, you know that place doesn't let you cloak, right? Anywhere in the storm either. It's not even like... That's true. Well, my point is that, like, there is there is high likelihood of camping, especially along the borders of the storm. There are storm chasers. Yeah, it's not great. As far as space goes. I'm kind of waiting for my 10 minutes to go down. Oh my God. What is that? Am I messing with some Ratter's Day? Is that what's happening? I should probably keep moving. Try to get, like, down here. Don't need that right now. So I use a 5-degree maximum range D-scan. to check to see if Stargates have something sus on them. Hopefully my filters aren't terrible. Storm Chaser's trying to launch Dorothy into a class 5 tornado. F5 tornado, whatever. All right. Well, this is garbage. Let's see. I mean, I probably shouldn't warp directly to the Insilovex. The point, so the issue that I have is that, like, if you warp to a site that has a bubble, they can actually drag you away from the Stargate itself. Like, you can land up to 100 kilometers away in the bubble, which is bad. So I like to get within range of the Stargate and get a D-scan, so that way I get a bead on what's there. It is not too old, even if it dates both of us. There's so many people here. I hate it. Jeez. Holy crap. Look. Y'all letting this swarm get out of control is all I'm saying. Like, that's just bad maintenance. So this is the ones I don't like. So this is usually like regional gates will be like this, where there is no close celestial to use. So what I'll generally use is I will go to some other real random place. And then I will warp to it from there. So at least you're not warping gate to gate. I mean, I know it's just take pride in your area, man. Trim it down a little bit, you know? I know that's not how this works, but it's funny. Now, one thing you can do is you can make a landing pounce if you're really suspicious that there's going to be a problem, and maybe I could have here. But even then, like, if they do it right, they can drag you out of it. But in this case, I'm fine. One of the reasons why I am kind of going so haphazardly is because I just showed up here. The faster I move, the less likely they will be able to get some sort of defense in place before I get there. You're blaming the trig on the rogue drone. Why not blame the other? You would blame the trig. Political opportunism. That's what that is. I use a noise filament. The low number means that it only brings 5 people, but I'm only 1 person, so that's fine. I thought there was a special one for just D-scan stuff. Hmm. I thought the low noise meant that you get quiet systems, and the noise meant that you went to signal means you go to potentially active systems. Noise means you go to a totally random system. It doesn't say like a noise can be active. It's just random. It doesn't mean it's quiet. It's just more likely to be quiet than the one that targets active ones. Yeah, the number after the number involved is the number of ships that can be go. So like a noise 5 will bring 5 ships, a noise 10 will or noise 15 will bring 15 ships. Oh yeah, that's the whole fun of Eve, man. Learn something every stream. Like I learned that there's no signatures in drone lands. Don't worry, guys. I've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And the cool thing is that now if you use a noise filament, it can't send you to the same region that you were just in. So hopefully it'll give us a little bit of chance of getting out of here. Hey, finally a quiet system, and it has a signature to check out. Yay! I'm gonna make my safe halfway through warp, and then pop open my map. Double click on the map, not on any given thing, to flip it up and down, and click on it on an element to center it. Okay, so, oh right, hold on. I want to do this a little bit special. Ready? So we're gonna look a little bit into probing. I really like how this demonstrates. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna unload into cargo, and we're gonna suck in our probes, and we're going to warp to our safe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one probe, okay, one, and we're gonna load it in, and we're gonna launch it, and we're gonna see what kind of signature we get. Okay. This is going to be a visual way of showing you guys what is actually happening when you probe. And this will help you understand your results to be able to probe better. And this is way easier than just explaining it. So, first things first. I have one probe. I put it here, approximately the same thing. Let's see if it's the correct. Boom. Right? Where's it going to go? While we do this, I'm going to unload. It's not going to get any of them because deviation's a thing. Great. So instead, I'm going to actually bump it up and do another scan. Okay, so what happened here? Well, when the probe got its results, it got its results basically when the probe sends out a ping, and it receives back the distance to every single signature that it hits, which gives it a range. Okay, so what it knows is that according to it, it is, say, 5 or 6 AU away from the actual signature, right? So it's not necessarily somewhere in this sphere. It's actually closer to being on the skin of the sphere, right? So let's see if we can test this. Now, deviation does alter this, obviously. Did I find it? Yeah. So if you notice, it's a lot closer to it. It's not a high signature, but it's close to it. Do you see? So it knows it's close, but has no idea where it is. I could actually move it a little bit away and bring it down. And scan again. And so this is a bigger sphere. So basically, one probe can determine a little bit about the range, but not about direction, okay? So then we launch a second probe. Hold on. Can't remember how to individually size up probes. Yeah. Okay. So now I've got 2 probes, right? And I'm going to set these 2 probes so that way they cross where this area that I think that the thing is. Actually, I think it's at this asteroid belt, roughly, or at that planet. I've been wrong before. What does that mean? Okay, so I got one result and it's there. So I think that, well, let's just go ahead and do another scan because I think that that means it's closer to the sun. Was I just totally wrong before? We'll find out. I do like making landing pounces. There we go. Oh, wow. That was really close, huh? Let's do this. Just for a better example. Well, shucks. All right. How does that even work? I need a better ring. Sorry, guys. Is one of the probes too close? I need to center it more. That's probably it, actually. Yeah, let me center it more. I'm just too good at this. You know what? Whatever. 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 How's that even possible? I'm legitimately trying to think of how that's possible. I have an idea. I think I'm learning something today. Hold on. Let's go like this. What happens then? Well, it can't be that. Well, I mean, it can be, but maybe. Ah, yes. So I just realized why it is. Okay. So it's because it's off by that axis, not that axis. Okay. So what is happening here? What's happening here is that like the actual signature, which is probably somewhere, like I said, somewhere in this little cluster over here, probably, but we'll have to find out. Either way, the point is that these 2 probes, right? These 2 probes both send out a signal and they get a distance, right? So let's say it sends out a signal and it goes, oh, it's 10 kilometers away. And this one sends out a signal and goes, oh, it's 9 kilometers away, or 9 kilometers, AU away. So then it goes, okay, well, there's a ring of space between us that matches the distances that we each measured. And so that's where the ring comes from. Now, obviously, it's not 100% on because, like, again, deviation, but that's why the ring happens. So if you end up with a ring later on, it means that only 2 of your probes has managed to actually hit the target. Okay? Now then, should have unloaded this earlier. No, not offline. We load a 3rd probe. We launch it. We once again try to figure out how to single. There it is. There. So now we've got 3 probes, right? And they cross over. Now, where do we need them to cross over? Not sure. So let's go ahead and make a big area. I should have started by probing it down for real, so that way we knew exactly where it was. Perfect, though. Okay, so what did we get here? Well, basically, 3 different probes all got a result, okay? Which actually means, by the way, it's somewhere where all 3 of these collide. So the point is that basically this one goes, okay, it's within 2 AU. This one goes, okay, it's within 9 AU. And this one goes, it's within 10 AU. And so those 3 together, when triangulated, leads to only 2 potential places in space. So that's what happens when you get 3 different probes to all hit the same thing. They can determine that it's in one of 2 positions in space. And then you load a 4th probe. And size it up. Nope. No. Once upon a time, we used to always have to manually adjust each individual probe. Now that's like an alien concept. All right, whatever. So let's go ahead and make like a box, I guess. And I don't know which one of these echoes is the correct one, so we're just going to have to check them one at a time. Perfect. So now that I've gotten 4 different points can resolve roughly where a location is. So what are the other probes for? Well, the other probes are kind of for redundancy. As we've seen every step of the way, there is a natural deviation that each of the probes gets from its distance readings. And therefore, that deviation is sent into the calculations, which can move the entire thing way off, because if it thinks it was 10 AU away instead of 9 AU away, that's a totally different circle band, if that makes sense. So the thing is that the more probes you have, the stronger the resolution of it is, and the more redundancy there is in the deviation itself. So all that said, let's go ahead and pull these probes in and scan it down for real with a standard formation. Now, the thing is that we think it's roughly here, right? But let's see what happens, okay? Let's see what happens if, do you see over here, again, this over corner? Let's go ahead and put it so that, let's put it so that only a few of the probes are actually crossing the point, okay? Not all of them. Let's not put it in the core. Let's put it somewhere in the bubbles, okay? And then let's scan. Let's see what happens. I still get it. Awesome. Great job. Well done. Bravo. Ah, great. Okay, so I got a ring. So what do we know? What did we learn already? Okay. A ring means two probes got a hit, right? Because only two distances means it doesn't know where between those two probes along the ring it is, okay? So somewhere around this ring, on the two sides of this ring, are two probes that got a hit, okay? So we can tell by looking at this that it's this top probe and this left probe that likely were the ones that got the hit, because the ring is basically right between them, right? And we can see that the vast majority of the ring is in an area where at least 3 or 4 targets would have hit the item or the signature if it had been there, right? So scan deviation can lie, but where your probes are doesn't, right? So this ring comes from only two probes crossing each other. And that only happens along the ring up here at the upper left-hand, at this upper corner area, right? So because of that, I can bring this up here to the edge of the ring and really kind of zoom in on it and probably get a pretty good hit. You, G Bacon, if you hit Control F, see, look, perfect hit. That's how close I got from that ring. That's how easy it is. Once you understand what is happening when you probe and what the results actually mean, then you can infer information out of the scan that it doesn't just give you, which means that things like echoes and rings actually end up telling you more about where the thing is than an actual hit, especially if you're still starting out at like big radiuses, and especially if you have high scan deviation. Because like I said, the physical location of the probes doesn't lie. So, you know, often you'll see like something where the echo is actually not where the echo could be, but it's near it. You can ignore the actual echo and go to where the echo must be, and it'll be there. Okay, so if you need to recover your nerfed, if you missed out on the nerfed, you can hit Control F with your browser open, and then type in below the asteroids, no space. Sorry, colon below the asteroids with no space for Rebel Radio. Eve is beautiful with no space. Colon Eve is beautiful with no space for Instalock. Colon Fedo for Red Knot, and colon Oz for Outback Air. I talk about it at the beginning of the video. Or in the other video if you're watching this not live. All right, so that's a big piece on how to scan like a pro. Yes, you can also control scroll to move the probes closer and further from each other if you just need to get a bit of an inch on. And in addition to that, like the best formation, if you absolutely are almost there but aren't there, the best formation I can tell you that exists as far as I know is the box formation. where and the reason why is because basically the issue that you have is that the one probe in the center, your 8th probe, is kind of redundant because it's supposed to sit more or less directly on the thing. It ends up not like giving that much valuable information. So if you change it into like a cage like this, if you're just like a few % away from doing it, often setting your probes like this and putting it in the middle will get you a stronger signature. All right. What did we scan down? I totally missed that. A combat site, Radiance. I hate it. All right. So with all that said, I'm going to pull in my probes. And we're going to jump again. Now that I'm out in nullsec, like, that's the whole thing about the adventure. I can now find data sites to find more filaments. I can find relic sites to find money. And I can find wormholes for a way home. I'm in Venal? Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's go. Nice. So because I'm in Venal, how close am I to Zarzak? 13 jumps? Make sure to make a save. One thing I like to do is I go here and I put, where is it? Oh yeah, enable always above full screen views. Put that on local, on your overview, and such. And so that way, when you hit, I can hit F10 and open up the map in full screen, and this stuff stays on top. So it's a quick way to open and close the map that I find kind of useful. Although, so again, like normally I wouldn't bump down 2, especially with an alpha, and I probably will get punished for it. But the thing is that, you know, if I get an echo or a ring or something like that, that actually gives me information. It's a combat site. Like people scattered all throughout this area. I just want to go somewhere quiet. Imagine if we find the reptile pit or whatever. Nothing here. I need like a long-term idea. What am I doing? I think I'm doing that. Let's go. So one of the projects I really want to take on, I want to start doing more home fronts and tackling different strategies. People are interested in doing stuff. Hit me up. Join the convocation. We fly together. This could have something. The other nice thing about Yeet exploration, especially as a new bro, is that like because of the recommended fits and everything, and because they're cheapo explorer fits, it doesn't matter what race you picked. It doesn't matter much of anything. You have what it takes to do it. Another combat site. What is happening? Garistas, spill your secret. We have somebody in local. Right. So once I get within 14.3 AU, I can check. It looks clear. Ugh, I keep hitting this. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, no, you don't have to leave anything in order to come join home fronts. That's fine. Matter of fact, you don't need to leave your corp to do anything with us. I don't want people to feel like they need to abandon their corp in order to come and do stuff with us. If you have an identity, I want you to be able to have it. Like, that's the whole point. Come on. 2. Who's better than none? Yeah, you can absolutely do home fronts with this. No corp requirement. Of course, getting good use out of that radial menu. Oh, here we go. So a ring. We know that that means that there's two things that, so where these guys cross over in this area is likely where it's at. So I'm not quite as confident as I was before, but I'm a little bit confident that this should hit it. Bam. But it's another ring, which means it's within this area. Oops. I might have to bring that down. Or I'll get an echo this time. Nope. I'll just miss it completely. Which tells me something, because it means that it wasn't within any of those probes. So my center of my probe had to be below, like the center of the probe starts where my old probes ended. What is it? Hierarchy? Well, at least I'm having terrible luck today. I mean, not with the rings, but with the actual sites that I'm getting. It's funny because, like, scanners start out really, like a lot of scanners start out sloppy because they don't know really how to do it as much. And then they get more and more precise in how they do things as they get used to the controls and everything. And then once you understand how probing works, you get sloppy again. So that way you get rings and echoes. Thank you. Man, when I was back in high school, or not high school, college, I would spend my lunch break scanning things down. This is back when you had to control individual probes. So I'd practice scanning things down. And this is also back when scan sites had combat in it. So I couldn't even run the site. I just scanned it down to practice. So I'm going to make a landing pounce. I'm going to watch my distance to this wormhole. When it gets within, when it gets under 20,000 kilometers, I'm going to make a bookmark. Boom. So there's the wormhole. And my bookmark is... not in space. Hold on. If I click on this, display readout, display sensor overlay. There we go. Personal bookmarks. Huh? Okay. Whatever. Either way, I made a bookmark. It's here. And I am 3,000 kilometers from the wormhole. Perfect. And it's a C1, C2, C3. So this is actually a pretty good one to look at to see if it's a good way home. Also, low-class wormholes can have null sec sites in it, so this can also be good, especially given the fact that outside here has been Kind of Garbo. Hey! Second favorite topic next to Lares exploration. Oh god, is my notification thing even going to happen? I don't think it's going to happen, so I'm going to just read it. Thank you so much, Tranquilla Mare, for the $10. I'm going to read this. I'm going to go to back to my pound.
Second favorite topic next to Laura's exploration, but I have a question. If you want to explore, not to do exploration sites, but to explore places, Eden Gate, how would I modify the fit?
Ooh. Well, so I would actually say that, so like, disposability tank like this, where it's only 5 million or whatever, is important because, like, okay, well, if they're camping it, then who cares? But really, anything fast is going to be good. Even, I mean, like, not a shuttle because, like, it can still get smart bombed and you might want to do something when you're there. But if you think about it, like interceptors or any kind of exploration frigate is perfectly fine. One thing to think about is if you're going to be doing the treasure hunt, you're going to need an Entosis link fit to your ship. And I don't know what that would entail when it comes to these more basic ships. All that said, there should be bookmarks. Hold on. There is, I thought there was like a shared bookmark folder for landmarks in Eve. Email me on Ash and I'll look into that. That should exist. There also is a website for it that'll help you like find the landmarks or whatever. But yeah. Treasure hunt? Yeah, if you go and Entosis the Project Discovery Phase 1 monument, you get the clues and the pieces that you need. And then you go to the various different locations and you Entosis the stuff. At least one of the locations is pretty dangerous. And then that's how you build Black Glass, the hacking implant. Yeah, and thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. I didn't even think of that. Thank you, Danny, for keeping my head in the game. All right, so let's go ahead and check out this wormhole. Oh, Signal Cartel has the shared bookmark. That's a good point. If you're going to do exploration, you should probably... Is it Signal Cartel? That's just the name of the channel? It is not. I don't remember what it is. Oh, well. Somebody will tell me. All right, checking out the wormhole. So this could be a wormhole with like a nullsec connection, a static, which would be really cool because it means that people might not be here. But this is actually an X712 wormhole, which means that it cannot be the static of the wormhole that I'm jumping into. This was a wandering wormhole, because otherwise it would be a K162. As soon as I jump into the wormhole, I'm going to bookmark the wormhole. But I'm going to see that, look, there's a ton of different signatures in here. And I'm going to Google the number of the wormhole. So I can see that this wormhole is a class 3. And it has a K346 static, which is so it does have a nullsec static, even though this is not the nullsec static. And so that plus these signatures plus an empty D scan is a very, very juicy wormhole system. So let's go ahead and make a safe and start probing down these signatures. I don't know why that happened. I am in the hole. Hole in one. All right, let's go ahead and start probing. I'm just going to do a big to get all the signatures first. Start with this little cluster. That's already got the wormhole that I know. So I'm zooming in on this one first because then I can just shift over the zoomed in or the, the zeroed in probes, put it directly on the bookmark and get the second one. Ah, gas site. Dang it. Too bad I don't have my gas prober. Yep, the Signal Cartel website has a lot of really good places. Another thing that I really recommend checking out while you're at the Signal Cartel website is the is it safe to warp to this page, which lists pretty much every single site that you'll find through exploration, and it tells you whether or not it's safe as an explorer to warp to, or whether or not there's combat involved. Well, I found a bunch of praxis. Oh yeah, no. Rule number 1 of exploration, you always find what you're not looking for. Absolutely. 100%. That is the number 1 rule of exploration. That's actually why. That is unironically why I have my setup that is the gas huffer that also has a data site, a data relic, or a data analyzer on it. So that way, when I was in faction warfare, I could go around the back lines of and hack the faction warfare data sites and gas huff at the same time. So it didn't matter if I found data sites or gas sites, I could do them. It's also why I like the T3 cruisers. It's like I can just reconfigure into whatever. This is why it's so important to always kind of work from these two axes when you can, because the three-dimensional manipulation gets kind of confused sometimes. Oh, echo. So once again, yeah, within this echo, there's only, well, actually, I think gotta be this one, right? It's usually the further one, so I'd think it was actually this top one. Let's try this top one. That's actually kind of a tricky one. I do like to when I'm doing an echo and I'm not quite sure, I like to make sure I shrink it all the way down. So that way I don't accidentally nick it, the other one. I either want a good result or no result. Unsecured frontier database. That is not on the list of safe things to warp to. Unsecured and forgotten aren't. And what I'm actually looking for, that's a lot of rings. I'm just going to just randomly scan over here just to see what happens. What I'm looking for is data and relic sites that have the name of a pirate group within their within the name of the thing. So like either Guristas or God, look at all those echoes. Guess we just pick one. So once again, I'm actually going to want to tighten down my prober, because like if I accidentally clip another one, I'm going to get a different result. And right now, these echoes have like a 50-50 chance of being just correct. Boom. Data site. Okay, so this is a data site. And I'm getting pretty close to being scanned on it. So this is one of those ones that I'm suspecting it could be one of the ones that are hard to scan down if you don't have the scan strength. Nope. Never mind. I was wondering if it was going to be a sleeper cache. Either way. So then I think it might be this one too, even though I almost nicked it. I think it might be. Could be. Just because this position seems really weird spot for a thing to be. I guess it's close enough to that one. Oh, yep. There it is. Oh, another data site. Sweet. So many data sites that I don't need to do. Or I can't do. Isn't that great? Should I try to do the fucking crazy trick? Wait. What is this? Another unsecured. God damn it. Wait. Did something happen to my stream? Or do people find me actually playing the game too boring? Okay, no, something went wrong with the stream. Got it. Okay. I looked over and it suddenly said I had 7 viewers, and I was like, I didn't think it was less popular than Pal World. Jeez, guys. But no, it's just YouTube doing YouTube things. Gas site. There's a ring. Oh, that's definitely gonna miss. Well, we'll see. This has been a very, I'm glad that this stream happened because like the last couple of times I've done like demonstrations, everything's just worked out perfectly like right away. Like if you went and looked at my Yeet exploration thing, you'd think I would have like cheated in order to make it the way it ended up being. But yeah, this is just to go to show you. Sometimes, but you never know, If I ever want to, I can always just restart or use the filament to go home or use a different filament to get out. But exploration really is a numbers game. How many systems can you go through? How many sites can you scan? How many cans can you hack? Because it's not about the one can. It's about getting enough cans to get the one can. You know what I mean? You feel me? Wait. Hold on. Breaking news. Breaking news. God damn it. Where is it? Activities? It is in activities. Under insurgencies, if we go to the Angel Cartel, we have an insurgency starting in 4 hours, targeting on the Simao constellation. Well, yeah, the Simao constellation, which means it could easily target Mehator. Yeah, so basically what this means is that by the end of the night, I'm just going to put it that way. By the end of the night, if any of these 3 systems, actually probably even these 4 systems, if any of these 4 systems gets moved to at least stage 3, then there's roughly a 50-50 because it could always spread to one of these 2. But especially if they take Ra, which is what they'll probably go after. Oh no, this could spread here too. So if they take Ra tonight, then Mehator goes live as soon as Ra gets to 3. So Mehator goes live, and Mehator begins, supposedly, although I don't see it here, Mehator should start at suppression 2. If Mehator is then captured, then that will cut off the Jita Amar trade route for at least another week to week and a half. Good luck, guys. So, I'm guessing we're going to be out there doing some stuff. All these signatures, all of them garbage. A162. Wait, what? Unknown parts of space. Okay. I just assumed this was going to be the static. I guess this is the static. A static, for those of you who might be new, all wormhole systems have at least one wormhole that is constantly connected to their system. So as soon as it collapses, a new one will respawn. So in this case, this wormhole will always have a connection to a null security space. If their wormhole connection to that, if that particular wormhole connection to null security space collapses, a new one will spawn within 5 minutes. It won't be to the same null security system or even the null, whatever. It's going to be to a random null security system, but that connection to a null security system will always be there. And again, so like the signature K162 represents the exit of a wormhole. So that's why I was saying that when we came in, I said that this couldn't be the static because statics aren't K162 because they're outbound from the wormhole. And so since I was inbound to the wormhole, I'm obviously not going in through its static. Because otherwise it'd be K162. This one is a K346, which I can see is this wormhole's static. Or is the type of the wormhole static. So it leads to null security space, and it allows larger ships to pass through. Cool. Let's go ahead and check it out. Back into NC dot space. What? I mean, okay. Okay. I mean, like, it's better. It's fine. We'll make do. It's drone lands again, though. Look. Look. This is why I brought 3. Billy. I don't feel like dealing with this. At least you guys get to learn stuff, even if I don't find anything worthwhile for me. A lesson in how to process disappointment. Yeet! Ah, every time I land in with somebody in local. Teneriffus. Angel space. Well, I mean, Angel NPC space. That's juicy. That's better. Let's go. Maybe we might make some money after all. Maybe. Cool. Wait, what? Did he follow me here? Is that a different guy? Is that the same guy? Now I'm confused. I don't want to make a landing pounce on the encounter surveillance system because that's going to be a dead space pocket probably. So I won't be able to warp to it if I did that. So I'm just going to make one randomly. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, something to chat about while we are doing some scanning? No scan signatures detected. What have I done? Oh, data. Now, we must ask ourselves, what is the chances that this one person in local happens to be hunting this data site? What do you guys think? Let's look him up. He has killed 2 mobile tractor units ever. We're going to make a landing pounce. Waiting for it to get under 20,000. There we go. Is there any more signatures for me to scan down? Yes. Bicycle thief? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. Yeah, that was harsh. Oh, can I do it still? Hold on. What does this say? Coherence, integrity, shoot. No. Bingo. There's a second person, but there's an Ishtar. So, chances are he's more scared of me than I am of him. Ooh. Can I hold off? Perfect. Terrible. Disaster. I don't like this at all. Ha! Nope. Tech 1 hackers. You learn how to hack with Tech 1 hackers, so that way when you get Tech 2 hackers, you feel like you're cheating. The secret is to accept that whatever you get is what you get, and what you didn't get doesn't matter. Wow, it'd be nice if I got something, though. Oh, I don't remember where on this ring it is at all. We're going to just try near this planet cluster. Ah. Always use wrenches as soon as you get them. Nice. Stop it. Hey. It's all right. Data sites are usually garbage. Now you can get more Yeet. Like I think I got this extra noise filament here, right? Oh boy. Look at all this magic 14. Look at all this rule of 6 space. Boom, boom, boom. Oh! Oh! We got one, boys. We got a wild one on our hands. Let's just punch straight through this. Can we do that? Oh, boy. That's unfortunate. Wrench. Oh, I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Not okay either. 1, that makes that. 2 there? No. 2, oh, it's there. Fuck. 2 there? Garbage? I mean, that's fine. Fine. And then it's there. And I lose. I lose. I just lose. The nice thing about these hardware hacks is that they have such a big open field for rule of 6. These nodes that have nodes touching every single adjacent node, they're either safe or located adjacent to the core. Okay, I'm in a really good shape right now. 1, 2, 3. Golly. 1. Don't do 1. Okay. 1. Aha! Perfect. Time to get my carbon. 1 million. Sweet. Okay, so the rule of 6, as I said, the rule of 6 is that whenever a node, a spot that you can be in, is connected to 6 other nodes, so like the most that a node can be connected to is 6 other nodes. So if that's true, then that centermost node is either totally safe or one of the 6 nodes adjacent to it is the core. Let me see if I can show that off on this one. We'll see. Oh no, there's another, there's a Kado. Not Kado, Kato. So, like, actually, no, this one doesn't. Well, this one has, like, 2 examples. We'll see if we get over there. 3. Okay, so this next site here in the bottom right, it is adjacent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes. So either this node is empty, like safe, or one of these 6 adjacent nodes is the core. So it's safe. Same with this one. That one's safe. That one's safe. That one's safe. So if either of those, now that doesn't mean that it isn't adjacent to the core. It just means that if it isn't safe for whatever reason, if there's some sort of dangerous thing, some sort of defense, then the core must be adjacent to that node. That's just how it works. Three, two, hey! Hey, 3 million, 4 million. That's good. Better than the other ones. And that's it for this site. And that's it for this system. And just for demonstration purposes, I think it might be time to head home. Well, let's see. We did find... Do we have any wormholes? We have the 1 wormhole. Is that how we got here, or is that an extra one? Let's go check it out. Maybe we won't go home quite yet. K160. Yeah, this is the one I came. I hope when people spam like invite links in rookie chat, not only do they ban the account, but they also ban... Check to see if the account that the link is for is different. There's a lot of people in here. This is not what I saw on the map. I'm going to go to the Desolate Asteroid Field. Looks like it's close enough. I guess I could scan down wormholes. I mean, it does look like, again, they're probably more scared of me than I am of them. That doesn't mean that they won't put together something to come and kill me. So, anybody want to place any bets on whether or not we get a dev blog this week? It's getting pretty late in the cycle for us to not hear very much about the new expansion. Or at least some stirrings of what's going on. I know we just had the convoy thing. I'm really feeling this whole not having an event to do, though. Talked about that yesterday. We got one for the PD app today. Oh yeah, that's true. We got the dev blog. We got the dev blog for the new Project Discovery app. That's true. That is pretty cool. I don't know. I will say there's a part of me that's kind of frustrated about it. I didn't want to cover it because there's not very much news about it so far. Like, I don't know what it's going to entail per se. But like, we're due. One would think we're due for a new iteration of Project Discovery anyways. And like the whole point of Project Discovery is that you could do it inside the game. Of all of the in-game functionality that I wanted to see come to an app, like I get it with Project Discovery, but like maybe it's after yesterday and the whole like April Fool's Day scare, I'm just kind of like exhausted and just like, well, it's not a PI app. Why is it not a PI app? Right? Where did Doctor Who go? Well, it was a one-time event. We were just talking about that yesterday too. I would like I want the Doctor Who event. You can strip away all of the Doctor Who-ness of it. I just want like the sites. Even the whole like constructing the filaments to go do the exploration and combat sites. Filaments. Both the hacking and the combat filaments were awesome. All right, we got 2 relic sites. Relics are great. Wait, no. Yeah, relics are good for ISK. Generally better than data sites for ISK. So kind of excited. We'll get the pounces going. Pounce 1. Once again, we wait till it's under 20,000 kilometers on the distance to warp tunnel destination. And then hit submit. There we go. And our bookmark is right there, 1,000 kilometers away. the reason why we do this is to both make it so it's quicker but to get between cans, but also it makes it so that we are less predictable. You know, just in case there's somebody watching this stuff, it's easier to catch somebody if you can watch them traveling between cans. And there is a very decent chance that there's somebody in here watching this place and will decloak and try to kill me. So we'll see. I do not plan on being prepared if that happens. You need to kill restoration nodes like right away. Ooh. Dang it. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so now I got to break through. What? Why was that a failure? That shouldn't have been a failure. Even if I had double tapped, that shouldn't have been a failure. Well, no do-overs, I guess. Hey! 25, 25, 25. Boom. Get wrecked. 500,000. That was dumb. Oh, I hate it. Why can't I go here? All right, whatever. Rude. Rude. Boom. Got it. 3.5 million. Finally getting somewhere. Power circuits, those are good. The salvage with blue background means that it's for T2 rigs. That's why they're so much more valuable. The yellow salvage is for T1 rigs. I'm gonna just break through this now, just in case. Okay, that was the wrong move. Hey! Easy, easy, easy. So far, I've gotten like 10, 15 million out of this one. So, not terrible. Definitely paid for my entire ship. Hey, nice one. I had to drop off and drive home. Yet we're still yeeted right now. We are on it, and we've actually managed to find some money. I complained about it for long enough, so now they've started to give me money. I don't have any skins. I need to get the, how do I not have the Explorer one? I need to start doing the air career stuff so that way I can get all the skins. Oh, so much magic for, so much rule of 6. Oh! Did you see that, guys? This one right here. This one has 6 nodes around it, and yet it itself is a big meanie pants. So now it's going to be a 1, and I'm adjacent to the core. But this also means that all of these have to be give me's, because these can't be adjacent to the core. The other one's adjacent to the core. So I can go like this. And I can lose. All right, so let's try that again. That was mean and rude and mean. I'm not okay with that one. I feel violated. Hey! Is that your apology? Is that your apology? Look at this. Tech 2 blue loot worth 13,000. Thank you for the apology. Hey, Gail. This is not a demonstration on how you can earn your fortune doing this by any stretch of the imagination. But it's usually, you know, a little bit better than this. And we're still making like 20 million or so. More like 15. Rule of... Again, I really... Like, the harder sites are actually kind of nice because there's so many more spots that they have a tendency to do the rule of 6 more, so you can actually move around them pretty easily. What? How did I... Oh, I didn't even loot it. I was so mad I didn't even loot it. That's fine. I didn't want it anyways. Preparing my second pounce. This one is 3,000 kilometers away. Perfect, perfect. See how much money we get on this one. So my box right now, it says 21.6 estimated. And I remember when they, like, people first started talking about loot boxes coming to eat. Oh, shit. Fuck. Nope. Fuck. Nope. I got. I got. This adventure's ends. I'm just going to jettison it all so that way they can have it. 07 and local. Well done. End my story. And it's the other Kado. I hate you so much. He's been watching me. Just remember, kids, they're not all winners. I almost got away too. I saw the Acero on my overview, and I just wasn't quick enough. Well, successful adventure nonetheless. And that is how to Yeet exploration, kind of. If you want to see what it looks like when it's a little bit more successful than that, you can go check out my previous Yeet exploration video. But other than that, I do want to thank you guys for all hanging out with us. I'm going to call it here. I will see you in a couple of days, hopefully, with more EVE news and whatnot with the EVE Universe show. And keep an eye out for the Ashrothi Decanted channel. I'll be linking the videos in my Discord, which you should join and flag yourself as interested in YouTube, so that way you get all of my videos, as well as liking, commenting, and subscribing. Subscription will, of course, get you all of the videos when they come out. Blah, 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 ring the bell, all that sort of stuff. I do want to thank all of you guys for coming, and especially that super chatter. Who was it? Thank you so much, Tranquilla Mare, not only for the amazing super chat, but the awesome use of super chat to actually ask a question that we were able to jump in on. Very much thank you to you and all of my supporters. I will say that, especially with the last few months, because of various reasons, it's been a lot harder when it comes to making ends meet via the, my funds from YouTube has gone down because I haven't been able to do as much content. And even though I am doing content again, it takes a little bit to pick back up. So all of you guys who have made the decision to become a member and support me, I really, really appreciate it. And, you get all those emotes and access to videos and access to the member-only streams, etc., etc. But I do want to thank all of you for coming and checking it out, sharing around my videos, sharing my stuff, the knowledge and whatnot that we have. You can come and join us in-game, join the Convocation Periods or the Invited, and help maximize player engagement with EVE Online. But all that said, I have been Ashrothi. I've been playing this game since 2010, talking about it since 2012, and I'm here to put EVE into context for you, my fellow Imperians. Thank you guys so much for coming. Until next time, I'll see you in space.
Bring on the wrecking machine. For every city